This is the Coach Bailey Show. Johnathan Bentley in for James Phillips for the second time in 3 weeks.
Yeah. I need to get James on the injury report so the trainers can kind of keep me up to date on his status. What's going on with him. But appreciate you being here, Bentley.
Yeah, man.
So we'll see if we can have a better showing this time around than we did last time. You're 0 for 1 as the host of the show, so we got to get you back even, get you back to 1-1. No, it wasn't you. We're gonna have a better trip out this time. I believe in you. Here we go.
We're back home.
Back at home. Yep.
Mortimer Jordan. Final home game.
It is. Last home game of the year. Yep, it'll be senior night. Another region game against another quality opponent in Mortimer Jordan. So really excited to have the opportunity to honor our seniors, man. These 14 guys. They've been through a lot, man, and they've done a lot for this program. Sacrificed a lot, endured a lot, stood in there and fought through a lot more than most people probably have to be honest with you, man. So those guys mean a lot to me. This is my 4th season here at Jasper. I was 2 as the offensive coordinator, and then this is my 2nd season as the head coach. So this is a group of guys that were freshmen when I came in. So I've had this bunch from freshmen all the way to being seniors. So this is a special bunch to me, man. A lot of really special people, a lot of really good football players that I know we're going to miss down the road. But we got 3 games left with these guys, man. So excited to have an opportunity over here at Ki-Ro Gambrell to honor them and what they've done and to go try to win a football game. So.
All right, well, let's talk about last week quickly.
Yeah.
We won't dwell on this.
Okay.
But, came out on fire, jumped out 17-6. Was it? And then second half, it was more Jackson-Olin at that point.
Yeah.
Some big kids on this team. I think they just wore y'all out a little bit.
There was certainly that on that team. So that game was supposed to be played at Jackson-Olin High School, which has a grass field. So with all the rain that we had last week, that game got moved to Lawson Stadium, which is a city field. So obviously a very good football team in Jackson-Olin. But I was proud of the way our kids came out and battled, man. So, to say that they're outsized and outnumbered and outmatched, you don't have to look out there very long to figure that out. But to have a lead at halftime, it was a 5-point game going into the 4th quarter. Had our chances, man. Had our chances to win. If there's a couple things that go different throughout the course of that football game, I think the results of that game may have been different. We're close, man. We're close, even with all the things that we've said about this region and all that kind of stuff, man. We're close. So, no, it certainly wasn't perfect, and there's things that we got to get better at. But our kids battled, man. They battled their tails off. We had 3 defensive starters that went out during the course of that game, so we're plugging holes and filling guys in, and we did. I think we ran out of steam there probably in the 4th quarter. But, man, our kids battled, man. I was proud of what they did, and that's what I told them in the locker room when they left that field. Had a little issue there right at the end of the game, and we certainly addressed that. But outside of that little deal, they didn't have a thing in the world to hang their head about. I thought they went out there and battled their tails off, man, and I was proud of them for that.
Yeah, it reminded me kind of the Coleman game. They went down, they had a 4th down late. Early in the fourth quarter, that kind of turned everything.
Yeah, they did. Are you talking about the where they had the punt team out there and then called timeout and ran the heavy unit out there?
Yeah, they ended up scoring.
Are you talking about the 4th and long that the ball was thrown right there in front of the end zone?
Yeah, that was it, because they ended up scoring.
That was the one. Yeah, that was a tough deal. Had them kind of behind the sticks. I think if that was about a 4th and 11 or so, if I remember right. And then they converted that, so that was a tough deal. They had another 4th down. I think that was earlier in the game where they had the punt team out there, called timeout, and then ran that heavy unit out there. So, man, that was good and bad in all phases. And, offensively, we scored 31 points. So, ran the ball for over 200 yards. I think Trayvon Stewart had probably the best game of his career, man. That joker, he had 31 touches in that game, ran for a touchdown, caught a touchdown, had over 200 yards, right at 200 yards rushing. So really proud of him and the effort that he put forth in that game. To be quite honest with you, I think we had a little more success running the ball, especially inside, than maybe I thought we would. With that front 7, and they got 2 SEC players in their front 7. Right. That D-line was huge, man, and the 2 interior guys. One of them's a freshman, that number 95. He's a freshman. He'll play in the SEC. That number 9, he's got offers from Auburn and Florida and a lot of other people. Really good players in there, man, and we were able at different points in the game to control the line of scrimmage and run the ball effectively inside, especially that the last drive, our last offensive drive at the end of the first half, man, we got in 21 personnel. I don't think we threw it one time that series and just ran the ball and were able to go in and get a score. So that was huge. The negative offensively is that we turned the thing over twice, man. And that's been 2 weeks in a row. We talked a lot, and we still talk a lot about protecting the football. Ball security is job security. The ball is the program. It's the most important thing we have. Past 2 weeks, we've lost the turnover margin 5-0. We can't do that. So we got to find a way to force more turnovers on the defensive side. They got to knock it off of them and get it back to the offense. And then we got to protect it more on the offensive side, man. Turned it over twice. Turned it over on our first possession of the game. First time we had it, it was just a bad read, man. It was a bad read. He threw the ball right to the game. And then we had a mesh fumble, man, and that was we were in good field position too. We got the ball at about midfield, and then we had a non-contact fumble. So all fumbles are inexcusable, but non-contact fumbles are the absolute worst. I mean, we could be running this play on the air and we would have put the ball on the ground. That was an exchange between the quarterback and the running back. So we can't do those things, man. Cannot turn the ball over. And then defensively, I mean, yeah, they gave up a lot of points, but like we talked about, had 3 starters and went out throughout the course of the game. J.O. got put in some good field position at times, had the kickoff return that they took back for a touchdown. We got to do a better job with that. We got to do a better job of placing the kick where that ball is supposed to go. We mishit more than one kickoff, and that ball didn't go where the ball is supposed to go as far as the design of it. So we got to do a better job with that. But defensively, I mean, if you go back and look at the numbers, I mean, it was like 370 yards of offense they gave up. I think it was 6.7 yards per play. So, I mean, it wasn't as bad as maybe the score would have indicated, but had a lead at halftime, down by 5 going into the fourth, and then kind of ran out of steam there at the end. But they got a fine football team, there ain't no doubt about that.
Yeah, you can't ask more from the kids, to be in a game like that.
I mean, for the effort that they played with and what they did, I mean, you can't ask for much more out of them, man. So we're gonna keep fighting, keep swinging, keep going back to work. That's all you can do, man. That's the only thing that there is to do. And like I said, they're close, man. They're close. So as much as we all want to win, I mean, we're all competitors, and that's what we want to do. You can't focus on that scoreboard, man. You got to focus on doing the things that you got to do to get better, and that's my message to them. And our kids were great yesterday, man. I mean, they were in high spirits. I thought they came out and practiced well. I mean, they understand. I mean, you just got to love, trust, believe in one another, and come back to work focusing on doing the things that you got to do to make yourself and those around you be successful. So that's what our kids are doing, man. We're just trusting the process. You hear every coach say that. I almost hate to hear that like fall out of my mouth, like trust the process, because everybody says it. But it's true, man. You got to trust the things that you do day in, day out. They're going to lead you to being successful. So
yeah. So we turn the page to Mortimer Jordan.
Yep.
Which is our Prep Zone Game of the Week this week.
Oh, there you go. Go ahead and plug that. Yeah, I appreciate that. It ought to be a good one, man. It should. So us, Jasper and Mortimer Jordan, I think our school systems are similar. I think our communities are similar. You go back, we played these guys in 2018, third round of the playoffs out here at our place. They won that game. Then we played them last year at their place in a region game, won that game 36-21. We were down 21-7 at halftime. Scored 29 unanswered in the second half, so really strong effort out of our guys in the second half. Proud of that, proud of the way they played. But this is a good football team, man. They have good football players. They're well coached, and they're going to come in here ready to get after us, and we got to make sure that we're ready to play our best football and put our very best effort forward in this one.
Yeah, you look at their schedule, they've lost 4 in a row, but then if you look at the 4 teams they lost 2.
Look at who they
it was J.O., Clay, Briarwood,
and Pinson.
And Pinson.
Yeah, those are the 4 in a row.
I mean, that's
lost. Yeah, again, really good football team, man. Really good football team. They're getting better every week. They got a quarterback that operates it well, man. The more I watch that kid on film, the more I think of him, man. O-line is tough. They're going to play hard. They got a receiver, number 1. It's a really good athlete. He's going to be one of the best we've seen. A receiver at number 6 can play. They got a back that's capable. And then they got a bunch of guys on defense that play hard, man. They do. They run the ball, try to get off blocks, try to tackle the ball, move around a lot. They play hard, man. Special teams, they're good. Mortimer Jordan's very good on special teams, always has been. So, like I said, every phase of the game, man, we got to be prepared. We got to be ready to go. We got to be ready to play our best football because that's what we need to do.
It'd be nice to close this season out with some big wins, maybe.
It would, man. It would. We got 3 left. We got Mortimer Jordan, we got Pinson Valley, and then we got Bessemer City there at the end. So every game that we play matters, and our kids understand that. If you're playing a football game, it matters. If I'm coaching a football game, it matters. It's about taking steps forward to improve yourself, to improve this program, continue to get better. So our kids get that, man. They understand the importance of what we're doing every time we step out there.
Okay, Coach, I think we had the JV team playing yesterday, is that right?
JV did, yeah, played at home against Tuscaloosa County. We lost 14-12 to those guys. Yep, they ran about probably 75 kids out there. So, but our kids stood in there, man, had a chance. Defense got a turnover at the end. Offense went down and scored with under a minute left. Went for 2 again and didn't get it. I'll tell you this, so the past 2 JV games, we lost to Minor 21-20, and then we lost to Tuscaloosa County 14-12. So our junior varsity 2-point play package is about to greatly expand from what it had been. So, but they're right there, man. They are close to. They're 2-point conversions away from probably being undefeated. So right there, man. But those kids are getting better, man. You see them from the first JV game to this one, a lot of improvement with those kids. So proud of them, excited for them that they're continuing to get better.
Okay. Anything else you want to add about this week, Coach?
Well, our next JV game will be next Monday at Mortimer Jordan. We'll go to those guys. So big week, man. Big week. Last home game, senior night. Got some seniors that definitely deserve to be honored. Excited about the opportunity to do that. Big region game. I hope we'll have a big crowd come out and support these guys. It's going to be another dogfight, man, in this region. That's the only type football games that you have. So need a big crowd. Come out and support these guys. Really excited about the opportunity to compete. Appreciate you stepping in. I feel like you were better the second time around than the first time. The second guy is always better, right? Like on the golf course, you miss a putt and then you kind of get it back.
Yep.
The second guy usually hits a better ball than the first guy. So appreciate you, man. Hopefully we can get your record back as the host to being 1-1.
Yeah, let's even that.
Right now you're 0-1. Yeah, we need to even that back out. So, no, appreciate you, man. Appreciate Jeffrey. Appreciate you guys. Let's have a big crowd come out here. Ki-Ro Gambrell, last home game. Go Vikes!